Dad may have already jumped into the pool with Miss Kellerman and her diving girls, but so far he had only dipped his toe into the waters of serious show business. That changed when my father, now going by the anglicized Mo Howard, teamed with brother Shemp to create a blackface vaudeville act called Howard and Howard. Remarkably, the two teenagers got a booking at a Manhattan theater. They were excited, they were thrilled, and they were, yep, you guessed it, absolutely awful. So bad, in fact, that the manager would put them last on the bill, knowing that they would empty the house for the next show. There was many a night when my father and my uncle would play to a vacant theater, save only for their loyal little brother Babe, who would sit spellbound through their performance, howling with laughter and cheering for his beloved siblings. None of this sat very well with my grandmother. Faced with two sons enamored of demon show business and another about to be ensnared by its decadent charms, the ever-tenacious Jenny began a long, losing battle against the lure of the bright lights of Broadway.
Years ago, there was dignity, there was respect, there was character. And when you brought home the bacon and you made a living and you did it the right way, that was what it was about.
My grandmother, however, didn't see it that way. I can just hear her now.
My boys, they could have been doctors or lawyers. Instead, they wanted to make a living by throwing pies at one another. Oi, Gewalt. Is that a profession for grown men?
And where was Saul in all this? Where he usually was, in temple, praying, or, like Tevye, discussing the holy books with the learned men. Jenny had always tried to make her husband into a more formidable figure, turning him into a boogeyman with the classic, "Just wait till your father gets home." But their sons knew better and never felt any fear of their distant, indecisive father. Jenny, however, was not easily dissuaded, and one of the first big campaigns in her war against show business came in 1916, when she purchased a farm in upstate Chatham, New York, a summer retreat far away from the evil enticements of the big city. Shockingly, the five Horwitz boys, as urban as the L train, loved the farm and spent some of their happiest days there. And it was the youngest Horwitz brother who took to country living with the greatest gusto. Babe loved all the creatures that populated the spread and spent many contented hours in their company. And although he adored animals, Babe was also very fond of hunting. A contradiction? Certainly. But contradiction was always part of the public comedy and ultimately the private tragedy of the man who would become Curly. However, for all its appeal, Jenny could not keep the boys down on the farm after they had seen not Paris, but the Palladium. The stage was now set literally for the events that would deliver the Three Stooges to the world.